Dear Rector Magnificus, and dear Remy Abouka, the CEO of Santander, dear friend, thank you for being here. We have prepared a wonderful program, and I hope it will be interesting for you all. But before starting, I would like to thank the support to the Banco Santander, and thanks to this bank, we have been able to organize this seminar, and I hope that you will enjoy these 2 days and a half of presentations. We have articulated the seminar on 3 different themes. We have the round table and the debate tables, and we call that like that. We want them to be a forum for discussion, and what we want is to rely on your participation. The presentation was mainly to present the sector, but I will leave the data, the figures for the last day. I will present a very much interesting study that has been conducted by Accenture Strategy together with the Barcelona Mobile World Capital, which presents the economic opportunities to be able to play with the different agents of digitization. This is the use of an index that was given by the University of Oxford, and I invite you to have a look at it because it's going to be one of the major elements of our meeting. Who are we? We all we already know what is AMETIC. It is the association that represents the digital industry of Spain, and the industry that has been established in Spain, the one that takes the decisions here, and the ones that are worldwide. We are going through the greatest transformation. It is an evolution that is going at a fast pace. It is a transformation, and I have to say that it was anticipated like 8 years ago by Carlota Perez, who she's a well-known professor of the University of London nowadays. And even though you are seeing all the changes, this is nothing if we compare it with what is to come yet. We are in the first stages. What comes, it's incredible. What we have is ahead is the greatest challenge within the biggest proportions we have not yet imagined. I hope it's not going to be a big tsunami, but more a big wave where we will be able to surf. We are facing a great wave. I have got sons that like surf, and they tell me that with a great wave, with a big wave, you can do 3 things. You just leave it going through, or to be prepared. If you are not prepared, you will be taken by the wave and you will suffer. And the third one is to ride the wave. And of course, to be able to ride the wave, you have to be aware of the many assets. You have to be educated, prepared, and well informed on how you can ride this wave. And you have to swim, and you have to be able to pull and get the wave. So this is the great challenges we are facing currently. And within these changes, the sole strategy is innovation. This is the key element. We have to innovate following the world space, otherwise we won't be able to ride this wave. This is the major aspect I wanted to point out. Innovation enables us to collaborate with the new emerging companies. And I remember last year when we were talking about the major firms, 6 or 7 of computing systems. Some will recall the great debates we had in the past, but this is not anymore an issue. And a great part of the entrepreneurs, and I'm not talking about the people, but much more the companies, they do not exist anymore. And the new actors or agents we didn't even know the existence emerged, and the great players currently are firms that were nothing 4 days ago. So it is really risky and it's a great risk not to get on board all the companies worldwide, and we also have to seize the opportunity of those who have a great imagination and knowledge that are presenting new projects. So we have to promote the disruptive innovations if we want to be major players in the world we live nowadays. The industrial power of a country lies in the fact that we have to increase the middle stand. We all know the small and medium companies that are leader in their sector. This has strengthened a country like Germany. We have very good SMEs that could be at the basis of the Spanish Mittelstand. We see that every day. We see that those companies are world leaders in their sectors, and what do they ask for is for more support. We need the greatest support, and also we need new companies that will promote our digital companies in Spain. But we also have the major native digital leaders worldwide. This is very much important. If we are able to play together with the biggest players worldwide and match them with the SMEs in Spain, we can make a great jump, and we will be able to contribute to make Europe and transform Europe in a worldwide leader. In this digital transformation of society, we are all important. The small, the biggest one, the micro companies, and the worldwide companies. And that's why in our organization we want to support the important role played by all the companies of all the sizes. That's why we support a company which is like our company, which is in our constitution. Our greatest asset is our path. We have an important history and track record, and this trajectory is not only important in our representation, but also what is present in our sector. We were able to create a general directorate of electronics, and then we also had an electronic panel at national level, and also we have contributed to the development of the TDT and to the liberalization of the telecommunications sector, and all those are essential matters for the development of the sector. And currently we have contributed, and we are very proud of that. We have created the State Secretary of the Digital Agenda, and the digital agenda is on the agenda of our ministry. So we will pursue these efforts in the future, which are our major assets and values. This is the fruit of our recent reflection. We have tried to identify what defines us: the collaboration, the representativeness, the consensus, and the transparency in all our actions, innovation as the starting point, and that differentiates us to worldwide, and also the quality that has to go beyond the expectations of our customers and stakeholders, and also independence. I have put representativeness in bold letters and independence, and it is just because both values are essential. The representativeness of AMETIC is a major value, and independence as well. We only depend upon our members and our partners, and the voice of our partners is respected. And when we reach a certain position, we can better function. So this is due to our genetic, because we mustn't forget that an institution as ours was created by the entrepreneurs that were working 40 years ago, and that had a greatest independence, and they were committed to contribute to the evolution and development of society. And this is still nowadays our major asset. So we have to use the experience. We have to be innovative, and we have talked about this innovation. And I have mentioned innovation, the different values. The innovation is at the basis of the competitiveness, so that's why we insist on this innovation. And Fernando will be talking about that. Also, the development of talent, which is essential. We will talk about the conclusions of our study that talks about this talent. We need a good talent, and talent of good quality. We have a department devoted to the promotion of this talent, which is essential, and also the capillarity and the presence of the territoriality. Why? Because it is this our presence in the territory is essential. Many companies can get to them through capillarity, and this is one of our major characteristics. What can we do, and what do we want to do in AMETIC? We want to represent, include, and defend the will of the different companies in the different industries and firms that are present in the digital area, in the European scope, at the global scope as well. This is one of our aims, and also what we want to do is to help to promote and to foster the Spanish companies to be leaders in the global digitalization process. That's clear. What is clear is that Spain is going to digitalize itself, and this is the great wave. We want to be actors, and we want to ride the wave. And in all the greatest innovation processes, we want to we want the Spanish companies to be protagonists. In all the robots that will be created in the world, we want to have a Spanish ingredient in all that, and that's what we want to pursue. Our companies have to be leading agents in this digitalization. That's why we have the greatest tool. This is the presence of the greatest global players and the greatest firms, the biggest firms and Spanish firms of all the sizes. If we get all that together, we will put these companies on the innovation lines. That's where we have to be, and therefore, and for that, we have to defend the demand policies, and we think that these policies are the greatest weapons that the most developed countries have been using to promote its industrial structure. We are talking about collaboration among the different leading groups and the national companies that will enable us to be innovators, and for that we need, in an ever-changing world, we need a certain number of references, and we have to react ahead of our competitors. The companies are risking a lot, and they have to create a certain number of conditions and markets to enable that, and therefore we will work offering great leading projects for the big companies to be leading these projects, and also to have our companies as active actors and players in these innovative solutions. And why? Because we want to contribute to the well-being of our country, and we want to have a great impact. It is the digital employment. It is the greatest source of employment, and we are still in a situation where the unemployment has to be lowered and diminished. But in our sector, we have many jobs that are not covered because we haven't got enough people prepared, qualified workers, and so this is very much important, and we have to bring education in the school, in the universities, and we have to reorganize these certificates, and we also have to insist on the continuous training, because what we want is a digital country to play in the first league, because all the companies counts, and we cannot have second division companies. These firms should be in the first row. That's why in AMETIC we are all important. Thank you very much, and enjoy this seminar. Thank you.